This is Chris Bedangles. Like, subscribe to TNW Wrestling on YouTube. Subscribe to my other channel, Word of Chris. And subscribe to this channel, Chris Bedangles. And follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and I'll be down there in the description box. And I'm here to do my AEW Dynamite April 13th, 2022 reviews. So here we go, discussing about tonight's episode of Dynamite. And we start off with Dynamite with the first match tonight. It was CM Punk versus Penta Oscuro, one-on-one. And, it was a pretty good match. Penta had Alex with him at ringside. Hopefully soon Ray Phoenix returns so Alex can stop looking like, like a vampire or whatever, I guess. But yeah, that's what's going on there. But yeah, it was a pretty good match between Punk and Penta. Now, there was a few times where, Penta was trying to pick up the win, but he couldn't. At the ending of this match, we seen Punk try to hit the go-to-sleep onto Penta, and then Penta reverses it by, when he came down, he grabbed onto the leg, and he was holding on to Punk's leg, and then he was trying to hit the package power driver onto CM Punk, but then CM Punk fought out of that as well, and then Penta got him down on the mat, pretty much, and then he was trying to, snap his arm with the move, and then Punk reverses that, trying to pin him quickly, 1, 2, Penta kicked out at 2, and then Penta was trying to roll him up as well. Punk kicked out at 2, and then Penta hit a super kick onto Punk, and Punk was dazed and all that, and then Penta springboard off the second rope and jumps off of it and landing on Punk's shoulders. And that's when CM Punk had to go to sleep and then pin him for the 3 count. So yeah, CM Punk defeated Penta Oscuro tonight in a one-on-one match on Dynamite. It was a pretty good match. If you have yet, go check it out. I'll give it 3 stars. That's why I'll give that match. But next, it looked like we're going to be having Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus versus Red Dragon for the AEW World Tag Team Championships up next on Dynamite. So yeah, that match will be happening up next. But then we got a video from earlier today. Apparently after Punk and Penta's match, there was a video with JAS coming out of a jet and Jericho talking about how that's how you come in, that's how sports entertainers come in to the arena and stuff. So yeah, that's what Jericho was saying. But then also we see Eddie Kingston, Santana, and Ortiz in the car talking junk to Jericho, and then they drove off, and then we seen 2.0 on the ground. So yeah, they got beat up or whatever. So yeah, that's what happened right there. But up next, like I said, the World Tag Team titles will be on the line up next on Dynamite. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on AEW Dynamite. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on AEW Dynamite, it was a tag team match. It was the AEW World Tag Team Champions, Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus Jurassic Express versus Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, Red Dragon, in a tag team match for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. And this match was pretty damn good. It was really good. All 4 guys done really well in this match. Christian Cage did came out with Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy, but, he went back to the backstage area. And, like I said, it was a really entertaining match. At the ending of this match, at one point Kyle O'Reilly locking on the guillotine onto Luchasaurus, like they're both standing up. And, Kyle gets the guillotine locked onto him, trying to make him pass out. And, we seen Bobby Fish and Jungle Boy on the top turnbuckle. Fish then hits a Falcon's arrow off the top turnbuckle over Luchasaurus and Kyle O'Reilly onto Jungle Boy. So yeah, that was a pretty cool moment right there, going over them, with that move. So yeah, it was pretty cool. And then at the ending, we seen all 4 guys brawling and everything. Jungle Boy hits a DDT onto Kyle O'Reilly, laying him out for the rest of the match. And then Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus hits their tag team finisher move, Jurassic Express, onto Bobby Fish, and then pins up for the 1, 2, 3. So yeah, Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus defeated Red Dragon tonight in a tag team match. It have retained the AEW World Tag Team Championship. So yeah, it was, like I said, it was a pretty good match. And then after the match ended, we seen Kyle O'Reilly coming in the ring, laying Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus out with a steel chair, and then him and Fish was going up the ramp, and then we seen FTR come out, and they're holding up the ROH and the AAA Tag Team Championships, and pretty much we seen Red Dragon FTR getting into it because they started pushing each other. So yeah, this is going to be pretty interesting. The match and everything, I'll give it all 3 stars. It was a pretty damn good match, so yeah, if you have it, go check it out. And then we seen at one point, we get to backstage, and we seen the Blackpool Fighting Club, pretty much. I keep on forgetting their names. But yeah, William Regal, John Moxley, Bryan Danielson, and Wheeler Yuta, they all 4 guys, was in the backstage area, and they was talking and everything, and Wheeler Yuta, and all of them will be in a tag team match against the Gun Club this week on Friday, on Rampage. So yeah, that's what's going to be happening. But still to come later on tonight on Dynamite in the main event, we will see Samoa Joe versus Minoru Suzuki tonight for the ROH TV title. That'll be later on tonight in the main event. But up next, we're going to be seeing MJF versus Captain Shawn Dean up next on Dynamite. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on AEW Dynamite. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on AEW Dynamite, it was a one-on-one match. It was MJF with Shawn Spears at ringside versus Captain Shawn Dean one-on-one. Now before I talk about that match, we got to talk about Jamie Hayter and Tony Storm backstage. Now both of them was getting interviewed because both of them, since they both qualify in the Owen Hart Foundation tournament, they'll both be in the first round of the tournament, and pretty much they was sharing their thoughts or whatever. And Jamie Hayter, of course, was talking crap to Tony Storm, talking about it was her crowning moment to move up and everything. And then Tony Storm, instead of saying anything, she just walked away. So yeah, that's what happened there. And so we get to the match, MJF versus Shawn Dean. And then, at one point, Shawn Spears got on the ring apron, pretty much distracting Shawn Dean. And this is like right when the match started, too. So yeah, he was distracting him. And Shawn Dean was getting referee, trying to get him off the ring apron. And then, MJF started taking control because Shawn Dean was distracted by that. And then while that was happening, all of a sudden we get backstage and we see like about 3 security guards laid out, and one of them's t-shirt got taken off. So yeah, and then MJF, he's taunting and everything outside the ring after beating down Shawn Dean out there, and he's like against the barricade, smiling and everything else. So we see a security guard come up behind him wearing a mask, and it was Wardlow. So yeah, Wardlow pretty much starts chasing after MJF, chasing him out of the ring, like into the ring and outside the ring as well, chasing him up the ramp. And then he was about to get MJF, but then Shawn Spears comes up, hits him in the back with a steel chair. Had no effect to Wardlow. And then Wardlow was about to powerbomb Shawn Spears, but then a bunch of security guards come running down, saving Shawn Spears. And then Wardlow starts beating them all them down as well. Powerbombs one of them on the ring apron, beating a lot of them down, but then the numbers, of course, caught up to him. They was all holding him back. And while that was going on, the referee was counting out MJF, and then he got to the count of 9, and we see MJF, and this was pretty funny. MJF quickly grabs the mic, and he goes like, Bryce, don't stop. He says, stop counting. I'll triple your pay, whatever Tony's paying you. And he thinks for a second, he's like, nah, screw that, 10. Count out MJF. So yeah, Shawn Dean defeated MJF tonight by count out. That's what happened. That was pretty funny, not gonna lie. And then MJF, of course, got mad. Wardlow got taken back to the backstage area. MJF gets in the ring, pushing Bryce pushing him back. And of course, they was arguing and everything. And then backstage, we seen Wardlow beat down a bunch more security guards, grabbed the camera, and he said, this ain't gonna stop until you release me from my contract. So yeah, that's what Wardlow's saying. That MJF looked scared out of his mind. So yeah, that's what happened there. So yeah, with that match and everything else, I'll give it 1 star. That's what I'll give it. Not with the match itself, because of course it didn't last long or whatever, but with everything going on with Wardlow and stuff, it was pretty funny. So yeah, that's why I'll give it. But then we get a video with Darby Allin. He said that he wants to face Andrade El Idolo in a coffin match. So yeah, it looks like that will be happening as well. So yeah, I will see you guys later until the next thing that happens on AEW Dynamite. Because up next we're going to be seeing a 6-man tag team match. The Jericho Appreciation Society versus Eddie Kingston, Santana, and Ortiz in a 6-man tag match. Up next on Dynamite. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on AEW Dynamite, it was a 6-man tag team match. It was Chris Jericho, Daniel Garcia, and Jake Hager, the Jericho Appreciation Society versus Eddie Kingston, Santana, and Ortiz in a 6-man tag team match. Now, Matt Bernard and Angelo Parker was not at ringside for this match because of the attack from earlier today. So yeah, that's what happened there. But yeah, we get into this match, and it was going on and everything. But then at the ending of this match, we seen Eddie Kingston hit a suicide dive onto Jake Hager, laying him out, and then it looked like Santana and Ortiz was about to beat Daniel Garcia because it looked like it was about to hit their tag team finisher move onto him. But then Jericho quickly comes in, and that's when Santana quickly threw Daniel Garcia onto Jericho, laying both of them out. And then we seen Parker and Bernard running down to the down the ramp and stuff, coming back, and then they get taken out by Santana, and then about Ortiz I meant, and then Santana jumped off the top turnbuckle, pretty much doing like a swanton bomb onto Jake Hager outside the ring, and then they only left Daniel Garcia and Eddie Kingston in the ring because both of them was illegal men, and then they was going at it. And then Kingston was trying to hit the spinning back fist onto Garcia, but Garcia pushes him to the ropes. And that's when he pushed him to the ropes, that's when Jericho comes up from out of nowhere, hitting Eddie Kingston in the back with a baseball bat. He quickly drops down, and then Daniel Garcia goes for the pin. So yeah, Daniel Garcia, Chris Jericho, and Jake Hager defeated Eddie Kingston, Santana, and Ortiz tonight in the 6-man tag team match. And then after the match ended, we seen all 5 guys of the Jericho Appreciation Society beating down Kingston, Santana, and Ortiz. At one point, we seen Jericho hit the Judas effect onto Ortiz, laying him out as well. So yeah, JAS was standing tall tonight. So yeah, that's what happened there. So yeah, with that match and everything after the match, I'll give it 2.5 stars. That's what I'll give it. So yeah, it was okay stuff. So yeah, that's what happened there. But then we get backstage and we see MJF get an interview, and he was talking about Wardlow coming up and attacking him. He goes like, "I'm not going to release you from your contract. I'm going to do something better." And he pretty much puts him in the match against the Butcher. It looks like that'll be happening next week. So yeah, Wardlow versus the Butcher probably next week. So yeah, I will see you guys later until the next thing happens on AEW Dynamite, because up next we're going to be seeing Marina Shafir versus Sky Blue up next on Dynamite. So yeah, see you guys later until then. So we get into the next match on AEW Dynamite. It was a one-on-one match. It was Marina Shafir making her in-ring debut on Dynamite versus Sky Blue one-on-one. Now we've seen the TBS Women's Champion Jade Cargill and Smart Mark Sterling watching this match from backstage, and we've seen the baddie section with Red Velvet in the baddie section and all that stuff. So yeah, that's what's going on there. And let's say this: the cameraman knows his marks and everything. The cameraman's great. He's number one. Okay, if you get what I mean, if you watch the match, you see what I mean. But yeah, Marina Shafir, she done pretty good in her debut. There was a few stuff going on at the ending of this match. We seen Sky Blue trying to take control of this match at the ending, because Marina Shafir was looking at the baddie section, and Sky Blue's trying to take advantage of that, but it didn't work out. And then Marina Shafir looked on like this triangle chokehold onto Sky Blue, like with her leg and her arm trapped and everything, making her tap out. So yeah, Marina Shafir won her debut match by defeating Sky Blue tonight. That's what happened. For that match, I'll give it I'll just give it a half of a star. That's why I'll give it. It was a pretty good win for Marina Shafir, but it wasn't like really nothing special. So yeah, I'll give it a half of a star. But yeah, that's what happened there. And then after the match ended, we seen Hook backstage because Hook got interviewed. Well, he didn't even say nothing. But yeah, next week he'll be in the match on Dynamite. So yeah, and then Tony Nese comes up interrupting him and everything. And then we seen Danhausen try and curse Hook as well, and then Hook threw like a weight ball at him. So yeah, that's what happened there. But yeah, Hook will be on Dynamite for the first ever time in the match next week. So yeah, that's what's going to be happening there. But yeah, still to come later on tonight in the main event, we will see Minoru Suzuki versus Samoa Joe for the ROH TV title later on tonight in the main event. But yeah, that'll be later on tonight, and I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on AEW Dynamite. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on AEW Dynamite, it was a tag team match. It was Keith Lee and Shane Swerve Strickland versus the FTW champion Ricky Starks and Will Hobbs in a tag team match. And now Taz was at ringside. But at the ending of this match, it was a pretty good match. Both teams going at it. But Shane Strickland took a nail, and Ricky Starks was out there as well. But at the ending, we seen Keith Lee battling with Will Hobbs inside the ring, shoulder blocking him and everything. And he was getting hyped up, but then he runs to the ropes. And then while the referee has back turned with Ricky Starks, we seen Taz grabbing Keith Lee's foot, pretty much tripping him, and Keith Lee went to the spine buster, getting hit with it by Will Hobbs, and then Will Hobbs pinned him for the 1, 2, 3. So yeah, Will Hobbs and the FTW champion Ricky Starks defeated Keith Lee and Swerve Shane Strickland tonight in a tag team match. That's what happened. It was a pretty good tag team match, but for that match, I'll give it a star and a half. So yeah, 1.5 stars. That's why I'll give that match. It was a pretty good tag team match though. So yeah, that's what happened there. But then backstage, we seen Nyla Rose and Thunder Rosa and Vicky Guerrero. Thunder Rosa was getting interviewed, and then Nyla Rose and Vicky Guerrero comes up with a cake and all that. And Thunder Rosa, not playing games with them, dumps the cake in Nyla Rosa's face. Nyla was trying to hit Thunder Rosa in the face, but she accidentally laid out Vicky Guerrero. And then Nyla Rose and Thunder Rosa was brawling backstage, but Nyla Rose eventually got the upper hand, tossing her and stuff, laying Thunder Rosa out. So yeah, that's what happened backstage. So yeah, that's what happened there. But up next, we're going to be seeing the main event. It will be Samoa Joe versus the ROH TV champion, Minoru Suzuki, up next for the ROH TV championship in the main event. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on AEW Dynamite. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on AEW Dynamite, it was the main event. It was Samoa Joe versus the ROH World Television Champion Minoru Suzuki in a one-on-one match for the ROH TV title. So it was the main event. It was a pretty good match. At the ending of this match, we seen Suzuki try to hit the couch-style power driver onto Samoa Joe. But Samoa Joe fought out of it, put him on the top turnbuckle, and they was going at it out there. But then Samoa Joe eventually hit the muscle buster onto Minoru Suzuki and then pins him for the 1, 2, 3. So yeah, Samoa Joe defeated Minoru Suzuki tonight in a one-on-one match, and he is the new Ring of Honor World Television Champion. So yeah, that's what happened there. But then after the match, of course, Jay Lethal and Sanjay Dutt, they was talking to Samoa Joe, and they said, like we said, we got a present for you. And then they opened up the present, and it was Jay Lethal flicking Samoa Joe off. But then, come to find out, the real present was he gets attacked from, the lights go out, and then it comes back on, and he gets attacked from behind by a guy named Satnam Singh. I think that's his name, Satnam Singh. So yeah, apparently he's the first ever native Indian to be drafted in the NBA and all that. So yeah, I don't know about him. But yeah, he attacked Samoa Joe, laying him out, locking on the vice grip and everything. He looks like he's almost like 7 foot tall or something like that. So yeah, he's probably like 7 foot tall or whatever. But yeah, he locked on the vice grip on the Samoa Joe, and then Jay Lethal comes in, hitting the lethal injection onto Samoa Joe, laying him out. So yeah, that's what happened there. But yeah, for the match and all that, I'll give it 2.5 stars. That's what I'll give it. It was a pretty good match between Samoa Joe and Minoru Suzuki. But yeah, 2.5 stars. That's what I'll give it. But yeah, that's what happened for tonight's Dynamite. It was pretty good. The World Tag Team title match was pretty good. CM Punk versus Penta Oscuro was pretty good as well. Marina Shafir making her in-ring debut. It was alright. Will Hobbs and Ricky Starks defeating Keith Lee and Shane Strickland was a pretty good match. The main event was pretty good, like I said, but nobody knows who Satnam thing really is. I mean, I didn't really hear a lot of people chatting for him or anything, so yeah, that's what happened there. But yeah, tonight's AEW Dynamite was pretty good for the most part. I didn't really care. I mean, the match was pretty good, the main event match, but what after match I really didn't care for. But yeah, for tonight's AEW Dynamite, I'll give it 7.5 stars. That's what I'll give it. So yeah, it was pretty good Dynamite. So yeah, if you have yet, go check it out. But yeah, I'll be doing my AEW Rampage reviews this Friday night. Same for my WWE Friday Night SmackDown reviews as well. And I'll be doing my AEW Battle of the Belts reviews as well this Saturday. So yeah, the Battle of the Belts reviews will be going on later on tonight. Not tonight. Later on Saturday night. I don't know what time, so yeah, look out for that. Rampage comes on at 7, but I'll be talking about it after SmackDown like I would usually do it. So yeah, look out for that as well. But yeah, that has been my AEW Dynamite reviews. Like, subscribe to TNW Wrestling on YouTube. Subscribe to my other channel, World of Chris, and subscribe to this channel, Chris Bales. And follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and I'll be down there in the description box. And I'll see you guys later for this Friday's SmackDown Rampage reviews. See you guys later. Until then.